Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And it is Monday night, and as always, we are joined by none other than Andy and also Omundi. But the show's been around for a long time, but we call this the Studs Up Show. So basically, no holds bar. We talk whatever we want to talk about, and let's get involved, guys, with the chat, comments, and everything. Like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the Man United Agenda. Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And it is Monday. The week just goes so quick. But as always, on Monday, how you been? How is your week going?
I had a wonderful weekend, really action-packed. Had a party, my ex-gaffer. It was his 60th birthday, surprise birthday, and we actually caught him out. He had no idea as he came through the door. It was like a big surprise. And he was, Johnny Core, thank you for everything you've done for me, man. I appreciate you. We went 3 years unbeaten. And some of us turned pros, some of us have played at a good level. We appreciate all the hard work you put into us. You're a great community guy, Johnny Core out there from West London, and it was green for town. Also, yeah, my team won 5-1 yesterday. I am currently sitting equal top of the table with a bunch of odd bods, who are put together, and we are doing really well. So I'm also deserved manager of the month. Shout out to Bath Time as well.
Top of the league?
Top of the league. Yeah. And Johnny, some of us from Johnny's experience and giving wise wisdom became one of the the eye test. That is where the eye test came from. You should name it Johnny, isn't it? Johnny the eye test.
No. Johnny was a different type of manager. He would swear and cuss and get into fights all the time. So yeah, I've developed since then. But it gave me some balls.
Oh, brilliant.
Playing ice hockey.
Andy, how you doing, sir? Hi, welcome back as always. Make sure you tune in. Andy will be here every Monday night with us. How are you doing, Andy? How's your week going?
I was all right until, let's say, last night. Consoled myself. Went on the beer last night. Sunday night is my Saturday night because I have to work Saturday night. And I got very drunk. Went to bed merry. And I got a phone call about 2 o'clock from Stretford Paddock and Jay. Do you fancy coming on? So I had to get an emergency haircut, emergency sausage on toast, and I rushed out to be there at 4 o'clock. It was a crazy afternoon, and it was all an emergency, but it was all for a good cause.
Brilliant. You know what, Andy, you said there, you got drunk on a few beers. Is it really beers you got drunk on, or can we come out and indulge and tell everyone what you actually got drunk on? The special beer that's called, by the way, guys.
The special, I mean, what was the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean? You know the main character. You know his name. I'm not going to say it, but it begins with the letter J. And I am partial now. Jay has convinced me. Cherry Pepsi Max with J, and that is the way forward in life. Just like garlic bread.
Oh wow, he's teaching you bad habits, Jay.
You know what? We all work hard, and sometimes at the end of the week we need to go out and enjoy ourselves, and that's how you build team spirit as well. So going on the show.
You need one night a month to blow off some steam. Yeah. Bit of music, bit of beers, even if it's on your own, because like you say, all your friends are busy, all your friends have got families and all that. Have one night, few beers, bit of music, have a sing-song, enjoy, then go to bed after.
Not just that, I think like our team is sponsored by the pub, The Crown in Norfolk, big up to The Crown. And we go there after every game, have a few drinks, and it gets us together. That's my social life. So don't take that away from me. I endorse that.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't know how I'm going to survive because I gave up quite a bit now, and I gave up coffee. I gave up a bit of alcohol. I gave up fast food. At the moment, I'm giving up quite a lot. So it's going to be painful.
Don't
painful
give up your
for me on a Saturday night.
Don't give up your biscuits.
I'll have to as well. I have to.
The one vice that you have kept is the Man United agenda. And that's healthy for you. It's good for you. So stick with it.
It's good for your soul. The money agenda is good for your soul. So, guys, as always, make sure you get involved in the chat. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe as well. 10 in the chat at the moment. But let's go. Already getting grief about Fred, but you know,
Wow.
I can't give up on Fred yet. Andy, you obviously went to the game. So talk us through what happened, because looking at the game live, one or two of them I look at, like, I may get one penalty. I know you sent me something through about a penalty, but United should have at least 2 penalties in this game, and that goal for Ronaldo as well.
Yeah, when you see him in instant life, you think, I don't know. But when you see the replays over, Newcastle should have had one, Ronaldo should have had one, and the Sancho was a blatant penalty. And I was doing this afternoon. VAR is just wash it now, get rid of it. The game, the last 150 years up till the point of VAR, was about controversy, winners, losers. You have to grin and bear it. It's all we talk about on radio stations back in the day. We talk on the internet before the world became more technological advanced. It's just there's no enjoyment in the game anymore. The elite, this is supposed to be for everybody. All it is, it protects the elite, and it's just not right. Just do away with VAR and let's get back to the controversy. I'd rather lose on the pitch in controversy than losing because of a control room.
And not just that, you know what, Andy? Like, when it was in the hands of the referee, you could say, oh, the referees or whatever, and you know it's the referee's fault. But now there's someone we can't even see behind in a studio. We don't know even know to make a decision. So it leads to more corruption sometimes. And what we saw yesterday, I asked you just before the show, you watched the game live, and you got you would know, you still got a better feeling when you're watching the game live. You can see what's going on. Your reaction says it all. The 3 pens, I'd say, minimum. Even if they went against us, I don't mind. But they are penalties by the book.
Yeah, I mean, you see it slow down. You see the replays later. United were dominant, absolutely dominant against them, and very defensive drilled Newcastle. Very boring, very pathetic. They had one chance, 2 headers in the space of 6 seconds. And the second one, I thought, wow, that's in. And it was just absolutely stunned when he didn't go in. So the game, United were lackluster first half. Second half, they upped the pace. The VAR controversy didn't help, but some of the players, I mean, taking off Ronaldo didn't sit well with me or some of the crowd. Sancho should have been taken off, and Ronaldo kept on. Basically, Rashford for Sancho. That should have been the right call. Fred, look, I don't hate him, but it was what Fred Casemiro may win a World Cup like Paul Pogba did. It will not win you trophies.
Blasphemy,
it's okay
Andy.
for Brazil,
Blasphemy.
that's fine, but it will not. It's not good for Manchester United. I mean, Fred near the end, I thought he was going to line up a shot because you see him right near the end, and I shouted, "Fred, don't you dare! Don't you dare!" And people were laughing because the groans and the moans from the fans over Fred, you're just like, oh man. It's enough to drive you to the bottle, isn't it? It's enough to drive you to that.
Andy, what about the chance when Rashford squared it for Fred and he just should have slotted it in? It's slightly challenged, but I mean, that one done me in.
You should have put it in. Anybody else on the pitch could have put that in. Fred.
Can I ask you guys a question though? Because I know a lot of people criticizing Fred for that miss. Okay, I'm not going to criticize him because I think Rashford's chance was a lot easier because Fred had players coming at him. Rashford sort of should have buried that header.
Or maybe Rashford should have buried the chance when he went round the keeper.
That's another one as well.
So go round the keeper, go straight for the goal.
Yeah. Again, and that's what I mean with a lot. I know, Andy, obviously you were there, so you know better than I do when it comes to the Fred situation. But I just thought, I've noticed yesterday, a lot of people has gone in for Fred. But then when I actually watch a replay, and I know I'll back Fred and defend Fred, but then I thought to myself, players are coming at him, so it's almost like a Snapchat. He basically can't just literally control the ball and then hit it. With Rashford, with the header, I think if he sort of like hit on target, at least it's on target, but it's literally a way off. So it's a tough one. I'm blaming both players. I'm not just blaming Fred. Yeah.
Fred's good points is he's got energy, gets up and down. But what's the point in him having a good positive point and getting into the box if he can't have the quality to better finish his dinner? I mean, it sort of balances, it cancels each other out. I was really disappointed. I can see his qualities, but you've got to have, if you're going to have qualities in the final third, that means shooting, scoring goals. How many goals has this guy got since he's been at the club? Not many.
Yeah, not many, but he's just, I don't know what it is. Like, he loses the ball too easy. He can't tackle. Even he says, look, I'm not the greatest of player. We've got problems at this club. I'm just a piano player. We need people to tune. I'm part of the piano. I remember his interview from last season. We need players to tune the piano. So Fred is just a part of the squad. He's not, I mean, thank God we got, I'm going to say McTominay on Wednesday. He's got to play Wednesday. You can't play Fred Wednesday. Fred, Casemiro, I say I will have a pop at Bruno as well. Bruno should have done more yesterday as well. The defensive we were brilliant, but the midfield was lackluster. I mean, that Casemiro cross for Rashford, what happened last week against Everton? Rashford, same, put the ball in. Casemiro, header at Goodison Park. It's the wrong people doing the wrong crosses. It's the same role. That was the same role last week. Jeez, it was unreal. That Rashford probably had a pop at him, didn't he? Oh, you should have betted that. Look at yourself. You've just done that.
Andy, you go to all the games. How many headers have you seen Rashford score?
Not many.
Not many. I've never seen Rashford.
I think he's
Arsenal. In his debut against
season,
Arsenal, he scored a header from a cross. I think it was Jesse Lingard or Herrera. He scored against Arsenal. One.
Andy, and it's Messi Lingard as well, yeah?
Messi Lingard. Well, he's very messy now. We don't much game time at Nottingham Forest. But yeah, Rashford, one header. That was it. That's all I can remember.
Yeah. It is a difficult one, though, when you think about it, because that game yesterday, Newcastle will turn over team, but for me is watching this sort of highlights, and it's the midfield, like you said earlier, and it's non-existent. It's almost like they didn't get a flow. There weren't no flow. We did miss Eriksen, but players got to take their chances, opportunity when they get opportunity to come into this side, because next season, I think Fred's contract's up in the summer as well, if I'm right to say.
It is, and you seen the reaction Scott McTominay did after the Brentford. He come out and I say he played 4 games and he came out and fought like a tiger. And like I say, maybe it was that bit of Scottish toughness. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think he's played. I think now he's going to play Wednesday. Now we need a bit of steel, a bit of bite. He makes clumsy challenges, so. They've both got the faults, Fred and McTominay, but please do not play McFred on Wednesday night. I can't be having that. It's Casemiro or McTominay. That's it. It can't be Fred or McTominay.
Andy, this has been a raging debate on the channel for a while now. What 2 centre midfielders would you play? Casemiro, he's got game time now. He's settled in, I imagine. What was his performance like yesterday? Because from the TV, it looked like he was munching guys, reading a few plays. But overall, how did he look at it? Are the fans on side of him yet?
Yeah, I think he played all right. He made 1 or 2 mistakes, but not as many as Fred. And I think he's getting a run of game time now. He's actually getting... I mean, he played brilliant last week. He was sort of off the pace a bit. Like, he lost the ball last week for Everton's goal, didn't he? Yeah. But like I say, within about 10-15 minutes, he was free-flowing, like you say. But he's doing all right. He needs game run time now between that and the World Cup, because you can't just stop, rest. He's got to be playing now till World Cup starts, and we'll see where we go with that. And I still believe, it was frustrating to draw yesterday. It really was. It was 2 points drops. Yeah. And I've seen a negative. Was it Duncan Castles sent out a tweet saying, "Oh, Ten Hag, it's not right." And then there's a few tweets from people online, don't like Ten Hag. He's not the man. He's not the man. Jesus Christ, we're 3 points off the top 4. 3 points off the top 4. Make a decision. Make a decision. At the end of the season, we've got Tottenham and Chelsea. We win them two. Wow, third and fourth beckons. I'm telling you. I see nothing apart from a lack of maybe injuries and suspensions. We're on the level with Tottenham and Spurs. For, like I say, top two could be out of sight. I could see that. But we win. Arsenal City don't play this week because it's been cancelled. So if we win Wednesday, we're 4 points behind Tottenham. We're 8 points behind Arsenal. So it's satisfying. So you just got to, it's a learning curve. It's a process. 5 years, Pep. 5 months, Ten Hag. So like I say, it's still learning. We're still learning. And he's gonna get it right. But the defence was brilliant yesterday. Midfield, and let's say we're crying for a striker. We are crying for the striker.
We will be talking about that later on the next part of the show about strikers. But Andy, again, something sort of, it really bugs me because you hear all these pundits playing, ex-professional footballers, never played for Man United or anything like that, never had a really great career. Obviously, they're professional football, so you've got to respect that factor. But giving their opinion on a manager that basically have won trophy, have gone and rebuilt teams, but yet Klopp, they gave Klopp 4 years, but they didn't criticize Klopp in the 4 years. But yet there's so many people out there so negative. Ten Hag isn't the right man. I don't think Ten Hag can do this.
Yeah, it's pathetic, isn't it?
It's
disgusting.
Klopp?
Yeah, go after Klopp. Why you go after Steven Gerrard? I don't hear anybody going after Steven Gerrard.
That's another one as well.
And another one here, because they all they think they all know the game. Because look, all they want to do is talk about us. Even if we're at the top, they don't like us, and even at the bottom, they don't like us. It's just like say the anti-United agenda.
Yeah. That's what we should have called ourselves, innit? It's the Man United agenda, but the anti-agenda.
The anti-Man United agenda. So it's pathetic. I mean, some of the media last night, I saw that tweet from Duncan Castles, get a life, mate. It's just like, it's poor journalism. People on a keyboard. Oh, I don't back Ten Hag. He should have been this, that, the other. He's not the right man. Jog on, you tart, as Del Boy would say. Jog on, you plonker. Telling you.
Brilliant. Guys,
hey, let me just add one thing Andy's saying there about the defence. He's going to the games and he already can see that we can absorb pressure a lot better. We hardly allowed them to have any chances yesterday from what I could see. Callum Wilson maybe in the first half, but it's not like they're opening us up like last season. You know, we're really quite a bit getting more and more secure as weeks go by, and I'm really happy about that too. So it's just a balance, getting the balance in it. If you're right being defensive, now next step, let's get some strikers in and score some goals, or get some plays going where we can create a lot more chances than we are at the moment.
So guys, there is 18 in the chat at the moment. This is the new topic, new debate. We call it with Andy on. It's called Studs Up, the show is, and it's basically no holds barred. So we just let Andy basically rant and whatever he wants to say, he talks really. But before we go into any more, on Monday, there's loads of comments in. As I said, there's 20 in the chat. If you're new to the channel, give us a subscribe. We are so close to 2.5k subscribe. When I mean close, it's almost like a whisper away. So guys, if you're new, just
sniff it.
Yeah, it is. I can listen, Andy. I can sniff the 2.5k, and I can sniff that bottle as well that you got from where I'm sitting. I can sniff it. And
I can sniff Olakunle, the Liverpool fan, jumping in with some sort of snipe.
Before we go there on Monday, though, can we read about our sponsor, please? Before we go there.
Of course. That's. See, we've got to get our priorities right. You know, start from defense, and someone who's defending us right now by sponsoring us, that would be the very GMS. If I can just remove the Ask Andy. Okay, so GMS, as you might have heard, because we say this every show, global mapping surveys. They are currently assisting architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services, such as setting out topographical surveys. The key word right now, surveys, 3D laser scanning, monitoring. The link is in the description, guys, so check out the website for the contact details. Thank you, guys, and thank you to GMS. Right, let's go to the comments.
Ready, let's go.
So as I was saying, we've got Ola Quinley in the house, Liverpool fan. Welcome back, man. With enough respect. He's saying, please forget about the Milan forward. Obviously, he's read the title about Rafael. Leao, not a chance to go to United. I'm going to enjoy this comedy show this evening. Thank you. Hi, Bobby. How you doing? Matthew Bassett, how you doing as well? Someone for you here, Andy. It's Hell Gone Wheels 87. Said, great to see you, Andy. One of your boys. Stuart Marshall, how you doing, Stuart Marshall? One of our very own. Vincent Bollock. Is here as well. I hope I said that correctly. Bath Time's here as well. Complaining that we're late. Vincent saying he's watching SmackDown, and they did mention Andy Tate. Just want to know what are you on about? Who are the other phony? Who's the other phony on WWE? Azan Ahmed, how you doing? He's talking about Joao Felix from Atletico Madrid, saying the deal is on. I've heard about that. Big up to Johnny Core, my great manager who had a 60th birthday. I'm on his team, Ten Hag's Reds. Rafael Leao says HG Gamer could be a centre forward, 6'2", more physically built than Rashford for a striker. Yep, we come on to him very soon. Let's go to some comments. I'm just sorry if I skip you guys. Hell Gone Wills 87 saying, how can you give up coffee? It's the way of life. Also makes you dehydrated and causes your blood pressure to raise. Bath Time saying, did Newcastle win the toss and make us play in Stretford End first half?
Yeah, I didn't like that because just like on Thursday, I didn't like it. Tradition, you'd attack your home end the second half.
Okay. Bit of mind games there. Vincent saying the cheeky goal by Ronaldo should have stood.
Can I say something about that goal? Sorry, I'm on this. Should I say something about that goal? Was it Torres? Fernando Torres scored a very similar goal like that a few years ago, and that stood.
Did it stand? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it stand. Yeah.
I tell you one. I said this in the paddock. Nane, Gomez, Tottenham, Old Trafford, same sort of goal.
Yeah.
Do you remember
and that? Did that stand though, Andy?
Yeah,
it did stand.
Okay.
And Andy Redknapp was not an happy bunny.
So is it more about the referee's embarrassment that we might have missed it?
Yes, the ref. Yes, it's the ref's fault.
Okay, going on to
Ref Watch today as well. Ref Watch did say it should have stand as well.
Okay. A smart play by the Ronaldo, wasn't it? UK Strange saying Fred is awful solo. Talk about Rashford as well in the comments. Rashford made the right choice. Fred has got to go with his right foot, and it's a pen or a goal. That's a good point. He's left-footed. He did take the wrong foot. Kerwin Carter Williams, how you doing, man? Welcome back. I've seen a lot of you lately. I hope you're doing well. He says whether or not Fred is United quality or not, he's currently part of the squad, and we need Ten Hag to find a way to unlock him. We are already thin on the squad quality-wise. Point, yeah. Box is saying world class. Yeah, good. It is a good point. World class finisher shoots there. Rashford passed. I think it's a bit of a tight angle. I want to say hi to Pat Lawless. He's talking about we are close to 2.5 subs, and big up to you. You're part of the channel. Bath Time say yes. Rashford's not a world class finisher, so he makes the right choice. I do agree. I think he's right to square it. Fred's just as shite as Cleberson. How do these boys play for Brazil? Says Stuart Marshall. I want to say hi to United Community Channel. Hi guys, Fred, buddy Fred. I just don't know what kind of player he is. He doesn't bring anything to the table. He's saying. I want to say hi to our sponsor as well, Global Mapping Surveys. He's saying, to be fair, we shouldn't even be in a situation where we're moaning about Fred not scoring. We were playing Newcastle at home. By the 88th minute, we should have been 3 up. Game done and dusted. But what happened against Cypriot as well? We were struggling. Hydro, how you doing? I'm gonna say Hydro. How you doing?
Hydro.
You've been watching a lot of Marvel. Evening, all you hope all you guys are good. Yeah, we're great. Thanks. Glad you're here. Want to say hi to Rich Sports as well. Big up to Rich Sports, one of my favorite channels out there. Paul Turney's here, heading to practice. We'll commence this week. Are we still allowed to header in the game? I don't know. Big G saying, evening Pete, hopes all is well. Hydro saying, we need to stop trying to give the ball to Ronaldo all the time when there's better options open. That's an interesting one. And just rolling down, because I've got to try and bring everybody in. Here's a shout out. Ivan Tony is a no-brainer for Stuart Marshall. I want to say hi to one of the most intelligent people in the comments. And I mean that. Emma K, really rate what you have to say. Everybody want to talk about us to stay relevant. You know what we were talking about at that time. She's dropped that. Good timing. And I've missed a lot of comments here, so I'm just going to do a couple more rounds.
As well.
Emma's again saying, we're not even halfway through the season and a new manager. Please relax. Yeah, you tell them.
Yes, you got this one. Sorry, Omundi. I've just gone
Big G says it's obvious that Eric Ten Hag is not going to going to Casemiro and to McTominay at the same time. So it's one or the other, is it? In the centre. So yeah, I think that's what he's saying. So they got to fight out for a place. Global Mapping Surveys saying, Omundi, I'm impressed. Yes, we are pushing your company. It's a great company, by the way. Viking Red is saying, hi lads, all the way from Scandinavia. I'm sure. Big up to Viking Red. We love you, bro. And Ola Kunle's coming back to you. He says, watch it on Sky. Watch it. It wasn't a goal. Sky something. Ref is explaining it. Okay. So yeah, interesting comments here.
One from Box as well.
Yeah, I'll just do that after this. Viking Red said, do you miss the good old days when we had 4 strikers? 99, we had 5, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Cole, York, Sheringham, Solskjaer. Okay. And maybe someone else coming in. Anyway, yeah, those are the comments. Sorry, Box is saying, I give Ten Hag all the time in the world, but it needs a lot of work in terms of style and reworking the squad. We need a lot of sold and quality signed. So take the trash out and buy something new. Fresh and new. The rest should have revealed his Newcastle top yesterday, says HD Gamer.
Okay. Guys, second part now, and we are going to go on to our sponsorship again, guys. So just links in the description on Monday.
Okay, so I know GMS, you're in the comments as well, so I will read this out with class because you've got such a class company. Look at that design, Global Mapping Surveys. What do? Well, they assist architects and property developers and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services as such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, monitoring. The link is in the description, guys, so make sure you check them out. There's Global Mapping Surveys. And if you know here, if anyone is interested in Global Mapping Surveys, you know where to direct them to. Signpost them to the Man United agenda, and let them get some good business.
Links in the description as well, guys. So for the first survey, I believe Global Mapping Service is giving you a 10% off, I believe. So they're giving you a bit of discount. But if you come to the Man United agenda, I'm sure we can work something out. Come for it, we'll work it out. He will kill me, by the way. So let's not say it too loud. But guys, let's go to the second part of the show now. Well, one part of the show. We're going to be talking about strikers. So where are we looking? Omundi, again. It's your turn again. It's always you, Omundi.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, but you got a glass of water, yeah? You got a glass of water.
I've got a flannel for my brow as well. The heat is on, but I will read like I'm an 8-year-old in class and being told to stand up and read the book. That's how impressed, confident I am. Fabrizio Romano, this is coming from him, so you know it's legit. Man United sent scouts to watch Rafael Leao, who's playing for AC Milan. In an interview with the United stand, Romano said that United were interested in the player and had sent their scouts to Italy to watch him. A deal in January seems very difficult, so United would have to wait till next summer to make a move. Romano claims that the Serie A club would demand around 150 million for their star man. Chelsea were said to be interested in the Portuguese striker towards the end of last summer, but were blown away by the price tag. Leao is an excellent young centre-forward and has attributes to succeed in the Premier League. The 23-year-old is versatile and can operate on a left wing or as a sole striker. He is quick, he's definitely rapid and direct, but he has the technical ability to drop deep and link up the play. Leao's best trait is his knack for scoring goals in clutch moments. For a team like Man United, it is these crucial moments that earns a player his reputation. Cristiano Ronaldo's future at the club is uncertain, and Ten Hag could be looking to bring in a young striker next summer. Leao's name must be top of the list, as he has the potential to be one of the best forwards in the whole wide world.
Yeah. On this one, I was saying this afternoon. Say we get into a position before the World Cup. He goes to the owners. I need something. I'm third and fourth. You want to get it? Get me that guy. He could be a star at the World Cup. If he plays for Portugal, he could be a star from the World Cup. Ronaldo, tap him up. Tap him up, Ronnie. I'm telling you. Because you need something to push you over the line. And they say they had no money, and all of a sudden this money appeared and we bought them 2 players, Casemiro and Anthony. So if he's available and he could be the final, he could be the striker to get us into the top 4. Go for it.
So what are you saying, Andy? So you're saying before the World Cup, before his stock maybe goes up, we should go in or sort of mean business?
Yeah,
not after.
You've got to look at him because you say if he has a fantastic World Cup, we ain't getting him.
Right.
We ain't getting him. But if he's got a reputation now, you test the waters now and just go for it. Because if he has a brilliant World Cup, like I say, the price is just going to scare him off. The price tag, there's going to be a star gem at this World Cup. He could be one of them. He could be a gem at this World Cup for Portugal. So he could be a leading goal scorer. He could be the best young talent at the tournament. So who knows? We have to be ready for any player that becomes available in January. And if it's a piece we need to get across the line to push us on into the second half of the season, because the football's going to come thick and fast after November, after the World Cup final, December 26th, it all starts again, and we go all the way through to May, like 3 games a week, and we're going to need people in the team.
Yeah. And like you just said there as well, the price point that AC Milan is going to be looking at the moment is roughly about 100 million euros. But like what you said, and if he has a good World Cup, sort of, you know, half decent, he's stuck then going to rise, isn't it, to about 130 to 140 million.
They've got to build a new stadium next to the San Siro, so they've got to get the money from somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Because that's what I mean, they're knocking down the San Siro, so Inter and AC are going to need money.
Yeah, and they need the money because obviously, yeah, like I said, the rebuild of the stadium. But for me, the concerning thing for us, we can't get a deal done. We struggle to get sort of stuff done and dusted so quickly at Manchester United. It takes forever. We link, and every single person know who we link with, when someone's going to sign a contract. I'd love to see this club go back on almost like the Ferguson era. You know you want to play, you go out, you get the player, and it get released a couple of days later, and that's it.
You know, come January, if we're in the transfer window in January, it'll be just like summer. Because the pathetic upstairs, Rabiot, Aratovic, wow. Our expectations are so low. Brentford 4, Man United 0. Oh my God, what are we going to do? 180 million from under the pillar, just like that. So yeah, it's pathetic.
I think the Joe Glazer's teeth fell out the night before somebody put under the pillar, and he woke up with that money.
Yeah. Probably spat at Mr. Glazer, your dividends are going to be lower than expected for January.
It wasn't one tooth, it was more than one.
Instead of your 10 million dividends, you will get 1 million, and you will maybe get a Greg's and a McDonald's. That's all you're getting. Oh, I best spend this, whip it out like that, just like 180 million, like the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, and
Errol, it wasn't one tooth, it was teeth plural, because they are teeth. Yeah.
Oh,
you know what
teeth.
I mean?
We said teeth then.
They're teeth, man. They're teeth. You know,
they're teeth.
To make money.
With his fillings out, didn't he? He rips out all his fillings. There's Clay. There's his brother Avram pulling the pliers like that. Don't worry, we'll get you some when the money comes in. You'll get them back.
Yeah.
They straight down at Avram, pulling each other's fillings, gold teeth out. I'm telling you.
Yeah. They've gone to Ed Woodward as well and asking for a couple of his back teeth as well.
He's got no back teeth.
You know what? Andy's got a point.
Backbone or back teeth.
Andy's got a good point. If we are in the run-ins, look what happened with Spurs last year. As I mentioned yesterday, they put two players that really helped them get over the line to get top 4 this season. The Swedish guy from the two Juve players. They came in, done a good job, got them top 4. So I think we do have to make a decision closer to January to see where we're at and decide whether we should be investing. And it's that they should open the coffers and let the money out, open their wallet. Just want to make a point though. What are scouts for? Scouts are trying to identify targets that are good for the club. Now, Rafael Leao, he left Sporting on his own accord. He was signed on a free, and Sporting, let me just say, Sporting are a great club. They've got Angel Gomez. Sorry, they've got Nuno Mendes, who's the left back at PSG right now. He's a great little player. They've got Bruno Fernandes. They got Ronaldo. They had Ronaldo. They had Ricardo Carvalho. They had Nani as well. So they're really good clubs in bringing through young players. And they sold it. He left Sporting because there was an incident where fans attacked the players and staff. So he left Sporting on a free and went to Lille, another great little club in France who bring enough players. They had Hazard as well. They developed him. They even had Osimhen, Victor Osimhen. He came through Lille. He was signed from Wolfsburg as well. So these are clubs that got a better scouting system than us, I believe, because they're able to identify players early, We're waiting till they go to Napoli or go to a bigger club, and then we say, "Oh, what 150 million? All right, we'll take that." What are scouts for? Get them well before they're early when you recognise the talent, and we can bring them up through the club. I don't understand it. Rafael,
last one we did, Omundo, Valencia. That was the last one because we scouted him and we got him from Wigan.
Yeah, but he was already at Wigan. He'd already been identified by Steve Bruce. You know what I mean?
What I'm trying to say is, though, but it was a United connection. But United sort of like looks, maybe United had tabs on him over the years. I don't know. But United will never find a player like that from a lower league team. Like say that
Andy, we were linked with Salcedo from Brighton. We could have got him for like 5-10 million. And we passed the buck. And now he's wasting off Ericsson and beating us 4-0 in a game, looking like a nice little player. We're probably going to go in for him soon as well when we had the chance. This is why I'm saying our record's so bad. When we look back at players like Bebe and who's the French all these guys. That's when we said, all right, let's be cool here. Let's try and get players before they develop. And then they turn out to be BUMSs. But do you know what I'm saying? We need to fix up with our policy here. Lille, Ajax, these sort of clubs, Sporting, Benfica even. Look at the talent that comes through Benfica. I know someone was talking about João Felix earlier. They're making loads of money. And Porto as well. These clubs develop players. And if they keep their players, they'll be winning Champions League, guaranteed, with the amount of talent they have coming through the clubs. But we need to fix up with our scouts. But I do think Rafael Leao ticks all our boxes. I've been watching AC Milan. I watched him the other day, maybe it's against Napoli or one of these teams, picked up the ball, and he's like an adult playing against kids or something. He's got a drive. He just gets away from players. Wow.
The FIFA, like playing FIFA, the cheat mode on it. When you see him play, it's like the cheat mode, isn't it? It's got the cheat mode and that's it. But I'm on there again. It's a great point you guys are making. And the reason I'm saying it as well, because Ranić questioned the coach, the scouting at Manchester United last season, didn't he? He questioned it and said, where is the dossier on this player? Where's that? And no one had it. So it just shows how backwards we've gone instead of sort of like looking at sort of like the blueprint of like Man City. Again, Man City does it. Liverpool do it as well, where they go out. But obviously, Man City try to find already-made players. But with Liverpool, it's almost like the scouting network. Look at Brentford. Brentford's got the best scouting network, I believe, in the Premier League by far. Because it's almost like they can sell someone and they know exactly who they're going to replace. It's like Ivan Toney. Amanda, you might know the striker, their backup striker. But they thought last season, before they got into the Premier League, he was going to leave to the Premier League. So they went out and they bought the backup striker for about 500,000. They bought him for.
Oh yeah, Whisker or something. Yeah. And he's not bad. Every time comes on the sub, he scores. And prior to that, they had the Aston Villa striker playing in the Championship. And Aston Villa, Watkins, and they bought him from the Championship, Aston Villa, because they knew he was a potential. Brentford have a good philosophy. They got a B team rather than a youth team. They got a B team, so they can bring players in like Brooklyn Beckham, who played the other day for them, and to get a trial, and they can play at a high level. And they play going around. It's B teams going around playing a good level football everywhere. So it's really competitive, and then they just come straight into the first team like that. So fair play to Brentford.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, guys, in the comments as well, we are going to ask as well, Andy, for me, right, Harry Kane is a good striker. I do believe he's a good striker. I think there's probably opportunity to give to Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney, for me, is a player since last season, I would say I'd love him to come to Man United, but I've heard people, sort of Man United fans, saying they wouldn't want him because he comes for baggage. To be honest with you, I don't really care about the baggage, what he comes with, providing he can do exactly what he's doing right now for Brentford. Would you take him as sort of a cheaper alternative for Rafael?
A cheaper alternative? How much we're talking? I've seen 70, 80 million.
About 70 million, 60, 70 million again.
Would be quids in.
Man United tax.
Brentford could extend their stadium with that money. I'm telling you. Well, I don't know. If you buy him, would he flop? Because of the pressure. You come to United, you underachieve. Look at Sancho. Where is Bundesliga Sancho? Would Ivan Toney be doing it in Man United, doing the business in Man United colours? You don't know. Because confidence dropped off, and you don't know. It's a gamble. It's a big gamble, but like you say, we won't pay it anyway. I could see him. I see United youngsters come to this club, and I see there's a decline. Sancho, the decline. If we get Jude Bellingham, when he comes here, he will decline. He will stagnate because we don't know how to get the best out of these youngsters. Yeah. James Garner was so promising, and we move him on out the door. So we don't know how to treat youngsters with respect, how to nurture them, how to get them firing, how to get the best out of them. And this is what's got to be. So, like I say, the scouting system needs to be ripped up by Ten Hag, and he needs his own crew in there because the current one is shambolic. I don't see no youngsters getting any education at United in the first team, being part of the first team. But if you come in on that, it's like Alanga. He broke through last season, and then he's like his energy, his pace. It was really good. His enthusiasm, and he's just faded away. And we've not used him. We've not looked after him. And there it is. The club, all the way upstairs down to the scouting, is corrupt. It's pathetic. It needs a revamp. It needs a reboot. And I just hope Ten Hag does it. He has to, because if look at Bellingham, Haaland, Borussia Dortmund with Sancho, they were knocking it. They were Champions League top 4 every season. Win a German Cup, and look at Haaland now, flourishing. Look at Bellingham, still flourishing, and we could have had him. If he had came in Man United a few years ago, we pulled out all the stops to get him, guys. We even got Alex Ferguson. We took him around Carrington, but his dad is his agent, and his dad did the best thing for him and took him out, sent him to Dortmund. Because if it had come to United, he won't be the player he is now, and so highly rated and desired. And that's what it is.
You know what? That's why I like you, Andy. You're a Man United fan, and I think a lot of people got this perception of you being pro-biased Man United. But what you just said there was on the money, bruv, because I agree with you. He did make the right decision, because we need to fix up, first of all, before we start bringing these youngsters in. And youngsters are not interested in coming to us at this current time until we get that foundation right. So, yeah, fair play to you, bruv.
Yeah. United, anybody coming to United cannot further the careers. Any youngsters cannot further the careers at all. And it's what it is. The scouting system, the youngsters' teams, they're pathetic. And it's not the players' fault. It's the structure within the club. Because we used to be so good at bringing out the best in youngsters. It's pathetic and it's rotten to the core.
Yeah, 100% agree there. Absolutely agree with the conversation there, guys. But what we're going to do now, we are going to go through some of these comments because there's loads of comments. There's 19 in the chat, guys. If you're new to the channel, give us a subscribe. We're very close to 2.5k subscriber. I believe Pat Lawless just put a message in to say we're about 5 away from 30 likes. So, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button as well. It's funny that I was going to sit there and go, I am Solo, but I might as well say Solo, Andy, and Omundi. This is your panel for the night.
Okay, so Viking Red saying, I would love United to sign off the cuff player like Bowen from West Ham. He's saying there. Stuart Marshall's been endorsing Tony for a long time. I have to give him credit. He's saying Leao and Tony, and that gives him a smiley, cool face. He'd be well happy with that. Obviously, yeah, you've got 18 in the comments right now. Make sure you press the like button, please, guys. A lot of comments here. Box, I'm going to come to you. I'm not going to miss out on Box because Box always drops some wisdom. He says, if we sign Vidic and Evra, now we would have waited until they played for Milan and Napoli and paid 100 million rather than signing him from Monaco and Spartak Moscow. That's a good shout.
That's brilliant. I applaud that comment. I really do.
HD Gamer saying Leao will be on the bench for Portugal. Is that because of uncertain Ronaldo? Rich Sports again is saying we'll probably sign Modric and Benzema next. That's true. Big G saying Juve are doing rubbish at the minute. So what if they don't get Champions League football? I would go for Vajovic, probably spelt wrong, but yeah, we know who you're talking about.
I wonder how Pogba feels. He hasn't played. He's been injured. I think he's due back either next week or the week after.
He probably feels that they're doing poor because he's not in the side. Mohammed saying, good evening, guys. Hi, Mohammed. How are you doing? Fox again saying De Jong debacle was a circus. Doesn't help. De Jong doing interviews later, stating he decided in May he wasn't leaving Spain. and we pursued him. Paul Cheney saying, I'm not sure Leao is that clinical striker we need. I like Ramos off Benfica. Seems the guy to sign, and Eliverson from Porto. So we're going to Portugal again for our quality players. Mohammed saying Glazers don't care about signing players in January transfer window. Vikings saying, I know it's a pipe dream, but Barca keep flattering to deceive, and in serious debt, we could get Lewandowski for the right price. 34 years old. I don't want Lewandowski.
You wouldn't want to leave. Why would you want to leave that lifestyle? Even if you're playing shit, you're still living a great lifestyle off the pitch.
There you go.
Fox is reminding us of Little P. That's Javi Hernandez. We got him from before he got to a big club. And he was a success.
He's been brilliant at the moment for LA Galaxy at the moment, though. He's killing it for them.
Yeah. Viking Red saying, find me a Little P. Definitely. Emma's K saying, don't mind buying already made talent if we develop and get our youngsters through to the first team first. So Ferguson, just remind, Ferguson didn't bring these youngsters through until he'd settled in the club for a few years. And at the time, he was buying ready-made players. Neil Webb, really talented player. Paul Lynch, always almost there, so maybe Ten Hag's going to do the same thing. And I don't think Ten Hag's going to deny us the youth. I think that will come. Big G saying we still need about 5 players. Goalkeeper, right back, centre midfielder, striker, and probably a centre back as well. Spending 150 million on one player, we will need a budget of 400 million. No, never going to happen with the Glazers, he's saying. I want to say hi to Roy the Rovers, man. I saw you and I tagged you to say I'm going to read your comment because you're new. I've seen you before. So big up to Roy the Rovers.
Roy the Rovers. I used to read that as a kid.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, brilliant.
Melchester, Melchester.
That's the one.
Is it Melchester United? Yeah.
Melchester, something like that.
You wonder where he got the inspiration from in the 80s.
He was a great player, wasn't he?
Brilliant.
Great player. We only could sign Roy.
And he got shot. He got shot just like JR did. I remember that.
No way.
Yeah, who shot Roy the Rovers? I remember.
No
yes.
Thank you, Enel. Thank you, Enel.
I missed that.
True story.
You're a connoisseur of comics and all this kind of Marvel superhero world. I love that. We need to have a chat. Roy the Rose is saying, much cozier panel on tonight. Was a full house on Friday. We're giving Bruno his walk-in papers. Man's been CRAP all this season, he's saying. My club scout, and I think I have a list of names on the board, says Roy, and they throw darts at it to decide who to sign. Emma again is saying the scouts have apparently found loads of young talents, including Salcedo, but they were shut down by the Glazers and the manager. Mohammed's saying Eric Ten Hag will leave next summer if Man United don't qualify the Champions League. Ooh,
you won't.
No? I'm going to come back to Bath time. One of my brethren and top man Bath time. He says Tony would be around 80 million, I think, because of his value for them. Surely we can get better quality from the continent with that amount of money. Yeah, good point. Box again saying Ajax fan. The Ajax fan said Ten Hag won't blood youth until the system is fully in place. We'll probably play youth in 2034. All right, let's leave it there. There's so many comments.
Need to do this one. Just need to do this one.
Big up to Gopal as well, because we are international. Gopal, I think you're from India, aren't you? And love having people coming in from all over the world to tune
in. And Gopal is I'm trying to think what time it is now. It's quite late as well. It's quite late.
Well, Gopal's saying Ronaldo has been poor all the season.
The Caribbean?
The Everton game.
No, it's Gopal. I think is in India. I think time zone now. Yeah, it's probably about 1 o'clock.
It's tomorrow over there.
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock.
And one more here. Hell's Gone Wheels, because I like the name and I like reading it out. 87. I know you're a mate of Andy's. You've come on to see Andy.
Apologies, he's not from India. Apologies.
Oh, from Guyana. That's in South America. Sorry. But there are a lot of Indians in South America and Trinidad, that area as well. So, yeah, big up.
And one of our own.
Last one from me. Hell's Gone Wheels says the youngsters from Fergie also come with a consequence of limitations of non-English players in the Champions League. George, remember that rule when we had to play? It was like Welsh and the Scottish guys and Irish were not allowed to play.
Foreigner rule.
Schmeichel had to be sacrificed or
Giggs
and Irwin. Talk to us, Andy. Tell the guys about that the issue we had there.
The free foreigner rule when we first won the Premier League. Our team was brimming with a mixture of everything: British, Scottish, Brian McClare, Ryan Giggs, and we're going to our first Champions League campaign. Actually, it was the second season. It was 93, 94, I think it was.
Was it the time?
We went to Barcelona and they played the FIFA in the real. We got tonked 4-0.
We got rolled over.
They had Stoichkov and he played a blind like that. They had, I think, Romario. I don't know. Yeah. Romario as well. We got beat 4-0. We drew 2-2, but the free foreigner rule, it came in after the European Cup Winners' Cup final.
Yeah. I remember that as well. I remember watching that game.
Crippled us. I remember that. The free foreigner rule, it crippled us in our defence of the Cup Winners' Cup. And we had to we lost 3-0
Gary Walsh,
Madrid. And we were crippled. We couldn't play Marquez at all.
Yep.
It's crazy, isn't it? And then we beat Red Star Belgrade in the Super Cup that year. But then, obviously, we couldn't replicate.
The real came in. That's it.
Yeah, and Gary Walsh, who remembers him as well? I do.
Yeah, I remember Gary Walsh.
This one thing here, Viking Red is reading out a name. He said, we were screwed at Old Trafford, the 2-2, Lee Sharp. Just want to say big up to Lee Sharp. I mean, he's a legend of the club, and we love Lee Sharp at the Man United agenda.
No, we do. Even though you did play for Leeds.
Yeah, we'll still give him the credit for it. Big up. He's a nice guy, Lee Sharp. I'm ready. Last topic we're going to do. We're not going to touch on this for too long on Monday. We just need to ask one or two little questions.
It'll take me about 10 minutes to read this out.
Oh, no, you got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes.
All right. Luke Shaw says Erik ten Hag is keeping Man United players on their toes. So that's the headline of this. Just summarize. Luke Shaw says ten Hag is keeping everyone on the toes by dropping underperforming players. Something the left back admits has not always been the case at Manchester United. There have been a number of promising moments since Ten Hag took over, with his long-serving left back Shaw saying they're very good signs, clear signs of what he wants for Man United to make progress. Yes, he says, I'm happy with my performances, but I think the most important thing is the team, Shaw said. Whenever I get a chance, whenever I play, I just have to give my best. The good thing with this manager, the gaffer, he calls him, is that if you're not playing well, then he won't play you. In the past, that's not always been the case. But I think the good thing about the manager is that he's keeping everybody on their toes. He makes sure that everyone is 100% that day. If you're not at it, then he won't play. That's the positive thing. Ten Hag certainly is not afraid of making the big calls, having to put his captain Harry Maguire, for example, on the bench after the Brentford loss, and only starting Cristiano Ronaldo once in the Premier League since then. So there you go, keeping people on their toes, which reminds me of oh God, I don't want to say it. It's a Naked Gun joke, but I'll leave that.
Yeah, don't do it. We don't want to get banned from thinking. Monday, by the way, is
it's something to do like a midget in Uranus. I had to stay on my toes. Anyway, let's
him and Andy was backstage earlier laughing about certain things. Yeah, so don't get banned, guys. Listen to our Monday on here. A quick one though. Let's go in. Obviously, looking at Ten Hag and the way he sort of carries himself. The media we spoke about earlier as well, Andy. It's almost like no one really should like him and all want him to fail. But one thing you've got to give him credit for, he sticks to his morals, and it is if you're not playing well, you're not going to start. You're not getting in his team at all. What do you make of sort of this? Is it obviously a bit more inspiration, giving these guys a kick up the butt?
Yeah, because I think, like I say, that statement from Luke Shaw, two-faced. Half that team, two-faced backstabber liars last season. Didn't give a toss about how we feel. Only were feeling for themselves. So I'm glad that now we say, you play crap, I'm dropping you. And you can't moan. You can't say, I heard this last week, Harry Maguire. Somebody tweeted out, Harry Maguire is a big influence. He's making everybody work hard and encouraging in the dressing room. And it was a tweet. Was that from your media department, Harry? Was that from a pal who are a family member? So I don't believe it. They say you're on the bench, you're sitting there, and you're not an influence in the dressing room anymore, Harry. I say with Luke Shaw, two-faced players. Some of it's still there. You see it at Luke Shaw interview. In my opinion, that's two-faced. He's two-faced. He's admitted he was poor last season when none of them wanted to admit anything. And now you're on your toes because you got caught eating at McDonald's and Big Macs. You might say, your problem. Even though I say, I've got a weight problem and I'll admit it. You trimmed up, you're working hard, but how long is this going to last, Luke Shaw? How long this is going to last? You're going to be, do you want to play your way into the World Cup? Is that all you want to do? play in the World Cup, have a good World Cup, then I come back, get absolutely big Christmas dinner, get wasted on chocolate and beer, and be the Luke Shaw of last year.
Absolutely brilliant. I'm on there. Just quick, give us a little breakdown. That was brilliant, Andy. By the way.
Yeah, I think the manager is right. The manager's right, and Andy's right as well. I thought Andy was going to say, "Yeah, that's the spirit. I like it," but Andy's keeping it real. He doesn't forget. I do agree. Yeah, we've been for some bad times.
And I don't forget.
Yeah, there you go. I think there's a lot of players there, sort of from the old era, and as long as they're here, they don't bring that poison and come with the right attitude. And you need to fix up. And I think by saying this, it's like obviously he's endorsing the manager. He wants to keep the manager on the side, but I have to give him a little credit because Malacia has come in and he had to stay on his toes. It kept him on his toes, and now he's bounced back and playing a few decent performances. So long may it continue.
He had the same reaction when Tellez came in.
Yeah,
so just to play. So it's as far as it's a false agenda. So
I do think
playing for himself.
What I do think, as a manager of these top clubs, I like the stern face that Ten Hag has from the outside. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but I like that. It sort of shows that he's not phased. His interviews I like as well. And hearing comments like this from the players to say, boy, we have to stay on our toes. We have to be on it. The boss, it shows fear. You have to have respect. It's like parent to child or dog to dog owner, that sort of thing. There's got to be some sort of a pack leader in this house. Otherwise, it's going to be mayhem. And the dog will be ripping up your clothes and all kind of things. So I think I credit to Ten Hag because statements like that show.
We need an iron fist mentality, an iron ruler. Pull no punches. If you play well, you get rewarded. You play crap, you're going out the door. No mercy.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's the thing with it. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. And like what Andy said, Luke Shaw probably got caught in Burger King eating more salad.
A bit like you, Solo.
That's it, man.
Your new regime. Let's not catch you in KFC under your new diet.
Salad and water. I've been
eating crap last few days because I've been stressed out with things in life. But yeah, I've got to try and I'll admit, I've got a chocolate problem. I've got a biscuit problem. I've got a Mackey's Greg's problem. But what I won't tolerate is the way you've got to start doing stuff in life. I've got to do it right. I believe in myself. I'll get a little bit of confidence. For anybody with any problems in life, believe in yourself.
And that's where it starts off from. Right. Always believe in what you're doing. And it's wise words, guys. So do listen to that. And I truly believe what you're saying there, Andy, because if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you?
It's true. Bath time has got an ice cream problem as well. So get behind bath time.
Or is it Oreo ice cream? I bet it's Oreo ice cream, isn't it? He sits in the bathtub. He sits in his bathtub scooping it out like that. Or cookie dough. Ben and Jerry's cookie dough. He sits in the dark eating it. Now that is a problem.
But absolutely. Candlelit thingy cookie ice cream in it, in the candle. You get the candles.
Candlelight. That's a brilliant. I'll give you that one.
Absolutely.
Candlelight bath time ice cream.
There you go. Absolutely brilliant.
And at 10 o'clock tonight, we've got Dr. Tate coming on for his weekly session. So if you want a one-to-one with Dr. Tate, tune in at 10 p.m.
I'll watch it at 10 p.m. I'll be watching you. Don't worry about that.
Oh, brilliant. Guys, 15 in chat. If you're new to the channel, please give us a subscribe. If you're not new, just give us a like. Also, guys, if you haven't yet shared the show, just support the challenge, sharing it amongst your friends, family. We're almost at 2.5k subscriber. Also, as I said, Andy will be here every Monday night. It's a great addition for us to have Andy on the channel. It's been absolutely amazing. Andy's part of the furniture now, so it's absolutely brilliant having him on. And like I said, this is a show that we started this off when we first did the channel, really, and it was called Studs Up, and it was No Holds Barred. So we thought about why rename a show and bring something else on whilst Andy is on the show. Why don't we just still call it Studs Up? Because no filter, no holds bar, say how it is. That's it. So guys, make sure you tune in tomorrow. We are doing a preview show for the Spurs game. Spursy, as I like to call them. We're playing them on Wednesday. You also got tomorrow, so you got the preview show tomorrow at 8:30, and then at 10 o'clock you got the eye test. You got then the watch along on Wednesday, and then also you got the reaction show about 10:30, about say 10:05. You'll have the reaction show. And then make sure you like, share, subscribe, guy. And Andy, where can we find you, please? We know where we can find you, but just tell the world where we can find you. But this is Andy Tate, not the other one. Yeah, by the way, this is our real one.
Yeah, I'm the original G. I'm the original Andy Tate. I'm not a bald-headed guy, wears glasses, driving flashy cars. Not that I won't mind that lifestyle, telling you. I'm on Instagram. You find me on there, andy.tate.3367. Check me out on a Manchester United gender. Check me out on a Stretford paddock. You love me, you hate me. It's your choice, because if you still comment on me, you still love me, even when you hate me.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? And it's like Marmite, isn't it? You love me or hate me, it doesn't matter, does it really?
Yeah.
That's it. But guys, from us, Solo, Omundi, Andy.
Thanks,
and guys, as I said, we'll be back. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking the time out of your night to watch us. So from us, we're on 2.5, as I said, nearly 2.5k subscriber, guy. When I mean we can smell that 2.5, we can smell it. So without you, though,
like the Rock says, if you smell what Solo is cooking.
There you go. From us at the Man United Agenda, we'll be back tomorrow 8:30, guys. So make sure all 18 of you are back tomorrow for us to I believe I've got 2 Spurs guys on tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. But from us, good night.